And now, listen to the Supreme Grand Master, Naya Malachi Zoduk L.
Say, this is why they got to come up with a hell about those guys are involved in this stuff. This is this cult thing with this, and he tells them about extraterrestrials coming. We better go out there and try to stop that. They're not interested in my belief in extraterrestrials. They believe more than I do in extraterrestrials. I didn't spend $20-something billion making Independence Day. Give me 20-something, not billion. Give me $20 million and see if I make a movie about blowing up the White House. They should go to the person. With me? Go to the person who made the movie Independence Day and ask them, why do you want to blow up the White House? Because whoever conceived the thought, the story conceived the thought. They should be saying this fool, why would you make a movie? Don't we have enough problem with dumb Arabs already without you putting more thoughts in the air to make it look possible and show them how to do it? And we get into our computers, and you can reverse our computers and use them against us, and everybody knows what hackers are. Right. So they should be getting to the man who wrote the movie and sit down with him as a psychiatrist and say, why do you want to blow up the White House? Well, it's only a movie. Start again. Start with you missed the point. Why do you want to kill the president? You know what I'm saying? Well, it's only how it... All until we touch... You know what I'm saying? Anybody who spends millions of dollars making a movie about nothing, especially if there's not a market for it yet. And they don't know if there was going to be a good market. It happened to be a good market. But they didn't know that when they invested in it. You follow? So they believe more in U.F.O than I do. And MIB is coming right behind it, thank you. Men in Black. Which is supposed to be left over from Hitler's Secret Service group. There was a group called MIB, dressed in black, Hitler's Secret Service group from Anarchy. When America went over there and got beat up, people don't know this. It's a whole long story. We won't get into it. You understand with me? I'm not, you understand? When I say you understand with me, this is Jamaican. You understand why they don't like me? They don't like me because I'm telling y'all where to go find facts. I tried to cover every subject, and this is why they can grab one of the subjects that I can't cover, extraterrestrials, are the extraterrestrials in our midst, and try to ride that subject. And say, you see, he teaches about extraterrestrials. So it must be affiliated with some suicide cult in California. Make it easy. When you only give one type of knowledge, they have to pinpoint. But when you're a person like me who try to cover everything, there's so many ways they can play that game.
When Moses disappeared to go up into the mountain to meet some people who the Bible called him God, who were sitting up there with lamps. They never saw a lamp before. They said he had a bush lit up and it wouldn't go out. It didn't burn anything. These people were from another world. They were the same world that Ezekiel saw, and the same world that Revelation 21 promises you will come out of heaven. But in Revelation, a whole city's supposed to come back to you in Revelation 21. Don't ask me about no flying saucers, say we crazy, because we say we believe in flying saucers. And Revelation 21 talks about a flying saucer coming to get you. Every Christian church is stomping up and down talking about when is Jesus coming, when is Jesus coming, when is Jesus coming. And if someone says from where, then he said from heaven. Because he's right now alive in heaven. Jesus is alive in heaven. Where? He had to be in one of his father's mansions. In my father's house there are many. He had to be there. You have to be with his Father in heaven. And in heaven there's a throne. And his Father sits on it, and Jesus sits next to him. So in the sense of a kingdom of heaven, thy kingdom come. Thy kingdom come. God has a, if God has a kingdom, then God is a king. And Jesus is and what is Jesus called? So there's a rulership there, an hierarchy, a throne, a king in heaven. God sits on his throne and Jesus sits beside him as the prince. So don't talk to me about believing in some, people are crazy, they said some crap is coming out of space. Hello? Revelation 21, read it yourself, and it'll tell you about a whole city coming down out of heaven. It describes 12 doors with the disciples' name written on it, the paths in the street, how big the city is, how long the city is, and it says Jesus is in that city, coming dressed up like a groom for the bride, for the wedding of the Lamb. And we're supposed to wait for him to come and prepare ourselves as brides for the marriage of the Lamb. And we're supposed to look up, because that's what the book of Revelation says. That's the coming down out of heaven of city.
www.nwapuinc.com